Maybe YouTube. This is Nikki the Witch here, and I haven't made a video in a little while, but I decided one thing I really wanted to make a video about would be tarot cards. What I believe in them mostly, also different things that they could be used for, and then just show you my deck, because I really love my deck. So I'm going to get started with that first. This is my tarot deck. This is what the back sides look like. Very beautiful. The artist, goodness, here, I have the book here. Let me look up the artist real quick. Mark Evans did an amazing job with all of the artwork. I love it, love it, love it. Here's an idea of what some of the cards look like Seven of Pentacles here. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Love the artwork on the wands, but Five of Wands. The dragons. Gosh, I wish I had a better camera to show you. Here we go, Three of Cups. They're so beautiful, and the artwork is just full of symbolism and oh my god. Okay, here, the Two of Swords. Just beautiful. I kind of gush over my cards. I love these. It's my favorite deck I've ever owned. This is the only one I have now. I lost the other one that I used to have, unfortunately. But I have this one. I got it almost half a year ago, I think. But it's really an amazing deck. It's the Witch's Tarot deck. This is the book. Ellen Dugan, I hope I said that right. Dugan, I think it's Dugan, was the author of the book and the creator of the deck itself. And she's Wiccan, so she tailored it to kind of fit a more Wiccan aspect, I guess I would call it. But it's just, this is like one of the best books I've ever gotten on a tarot deck. There's description here for death, for example. Here it's just the page I flipped to. The death card is one of the most misunderstood cards, blah blah blah. You know, it gives you some of the background on it, some of the main symbols on it. For example, it says here, and the flower on the flag is a 5-petaled white rose, symbolizing the natural cycles of life. The brilliant red skies of sunset in the background correspond to the close of the day and the close of one chapter in your life. You know, things like that. Then there's also separate areas for meanings, which this one actually goes on to the next page as well. And then for when you're first learning the cards, it gives you keywords, deity associations, the astrological associations, and then what the card means if you read it also reversed. Some people read tarot cards only like face up, but people like me and whatnot read it both with the card meaning for face up and reversed. So yeah, this is my deck. One thing I always like to point out when I'm showing people my deck for the first time is it's a little bit different when it comes to the major arcana. Here, let me just find the cards real quick. It does not have a devil card, and it does not have a Wheel of Fortune card. She replaced those with two other cards. Let me just find one more. I found one of them. But she replaced those to sort of have a little bit different meaning, a little bit more tailored more towards Wicca. The way she explained it was she knew how people would usually react to a devil card, and especially since in Wicca and most paganism, we don't believe in the devil, the Christian Satan or Lucifer. She replaced it with the shadow side card. It has all the same meanings, it's just without that figure symbolism there. And The shadow side, I personally think of it more as a reaper than a devil. But and then also it does not have a Wheel of the Year card, or does not have a Wheel of Fortune card. It's replaced with the Wheel of the Year, and this is what it looks like. So it's tailored more towards the seasons, time. Still talks about good fortune and prosperity and things like that, but it was just replaced to keep this a little bit more, I don't know how I want to say this, but just to give it more of a Wiccan twist. So yeah, that's my deck here. And then what I believe about tarot is that, because a lot of people believe different things or say that it works in different ways, but the way I personally feel is that it's like working with energy. The energy in the universe, in time, in the cosmos, in you and me and people and everything around us, everything has energy. And sometimes it's hard to read those energies. It's hard to kind of like understand what the energy is trying to tell you. And so tarot cards are like a way to sort and filter the specific energies for whatever questions you're asking the universe when it gives you an answer. Or when you're trying to identify something for spell work or draw in different energies for different things. It kind of works as I don't want to say like in place of the energy, because it works with the energy, but it mostly filters the energies in and around and under and below and everything for you to be able to read, understand, use, that kind of thing. I also believe that tarot is very hard to do yes or no questions and answers with, mostly because the way that the cards were originally like planned to be used for, be it a game or divination, well, it all tells a story. That's the way you're really, I believe, supposed to read it, is you lay out all the cards, see which position and card means what for the question or situation, and you can tell a story about it, be it from the past, in the present, in the future, all that good stuff. So I very rarely want to answer yes or no questions with my deck, because it's just really difficult to say, oh, this card means yes, or this card means no, when really there's no definite. It could mean something positive or negative, but within every positive and negative message is the equal and opposite light. For example, the death card talks about something ending, but that doesn't mean it's bad, because it means something new could come, and that could be good. So it's really just difficult to answer a yes or no type question. I believe that tarot works the best if you welcome the energy. If you open yourself up to it in a very safe and guarded area, then you're going to be the most receptive to it. If you're very skeptical and you don't really let yourself be open to the possibilities and the energies are going to try to find you, but it's kind of like you're not working with it. You're making it harder for the energy to get to you. So if you or someone you know ever needs a tarot reading, always, always, always try to keep an open mind. That's the best advice I could give you, because it's going to give you the most accurate and meaningful answers if you let it. You gotta let it. Another thing I believe about tarot cards is that within every deck you have a soul card. And the way you find that out here, I have it written down. The way you find it out is you take your birthday, the day, the month, and the year. He flipped the page real quick. And So, for example, I was born 12/17/1993. You take the 4 numbers of the year and then 2 numbers for the month and 2 numbers for the day. So even if you were born January 5th, you'd be 0105 blah 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 year. And that's just because it helps you kind of sort out the numbers. But what you do is you take up those numbers, for example, 12, 17, and 1993. You add each one. So 12 plus 17 plus 1993 is 2022. So 2022. Then what you do is you take that number that you just got and take each individual number there and add it together. So it's 2022, meaning it's 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2. And you keep doing that until you get a number that is less than 25, I believe. Yeah, less than 25. So you keep just adding up each individual number until it's less than 25. For me, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 was immediately 6, so I didn't need to keep adding more. And anyway, you take the number there and you look in the major arcana, and whatever number you got is going to represent the number for the major arcana that represents your soul card. Like I said, mine was 6, and if we look in here, number 6 is the Lover's card. Let's see, here we go. So VI is 6, and that's the Lovers. So for me, my soul card says that I have a strong sense of sexual love, beauty, a romantic relationship. I really take to heart decisions, so I'm uncomfortable with making big ones sometimes. I'm really into commitment. I put a lot of value in choices. I really believe love heals. Different things like that. You know, you take the aspect of the card and you read it into who you are at your base level. And I thought that really resounded for me. And I believe that with soul cards, anything that you get, even if you don't like to hear it or if it's not the full picture, it'll talk about who you are on a really deep level. So it's a card that if you're looking to do meditation or you're looking to kind of like look into yourself and figure out what you want to do, what your next step is, you can meditate on the card. You can pull it out, put it in front of you, think about what it means to you, who you are, what else, like the different paths and opportunities that kind of card opens you up to, and it's really good to sit and think on it. Let's see. Other things I think that tarot does, and ways to work with it. Like I said, meditation. It doesn't even have to be your soul card. You could be going through a situation like, let me just see here. With the Six of Swords, you're looking to travel. You don't feel like you're supposed to be where you are. You feel like you need to go somewhere, move, do something, I don't know. But you think that just this area, this space, is not for you. Well, you would take the Six of Swords, which talks about travel and change and things like that, and you put it in front of you and you meditate on it and you kind of like welcome the energy and the answers into you, and it helps you kind of clear your mind, sort out all the different things that would need to happen for you to move or do whatever you need to do. Or sometimes it might even tell you that, you know, the way you're feeling is like a little bit misguided and the universe is trying to tell you something else. It's just, there's a lot of different ways that meditating with cards can really help. It all just depends on what you're trying to accomplish or answer and what cards you use. Always try to use a card that you feel best defines what you're going through. Okay? Another thing that I like to do with my cards is spell work. I'll use tarot cards in my spell work, which I was actually very new to when I got this deck, because I never really thought of using the cards in spells, and I don't know why, because it's pretty common. But in the book here, in the back, it talks about different things that you can do to kind of incorporate the cards in your life, including spell work and witchcraft and things like that. For example, the tarot spell for abundance is in her book. In the section for magic with the Witch's Tarot deck, and for the spell of abundance, it asks you to take the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, Six of Wands, and then it gives you like reasons for that. Like Ace of Pentacles talks about wealth, abundance, health, happiness. Same with King of Pentacles, basically a lot of protection and rock to lean on. And Six of Wands, achievement, recognition for a job well done, things like that. And then also it tells you about other things you may need, suggestions for things, like candles, like green candles. If you're working with crystals, adventuring for good luck, she says, and herbs, honeysuckle for abundance and wealth. I personally always use mint for my abundance and wealth spells, simply because I feel like they work best for me and my energy. But anyway, and then it gives you different spell verses to help you focus, chant, kind of bring the energy to life. You know, sometimes it's not enough to just think it or feel it. You gotta help say it to kind of stir up the energy and get you really into it. And you know, so it says Ace of Pentacles is nested in a honeysuckle vine. The King of Pentacles complements the spell with success that shines. The Six of Wands means triumph. My goals will surely be achieved. Now these energies spin around, and this magic I'll believe. For the good of all, with harm to none, by tarot's magic this spell is done. You know, different things like that. I usually don't do the verses. The way I work, the way I usually do any kind of craft, I try to work mostly with energy that I feel, because that's just who I am. That's what I am able to do best. That's how I get the most success. But a lot of people really need to like say it, hear it, feel it all at the same time, you know? So that's one way that tarot, one thing you can do with tarot. And then the last thing that you can do with tarot to help like keep a magical life and use it on a daily basis is doing a daily tarot card pull, where you shuffle up the deck and you think about things you need to do today and things that were bothering you recently, things you gotta solve, things you don't want to deal with. You just shuffle it up and just kind of picture the day ahead of you. And then, you keep shuffling. I'm only going to do it twice. Cut the deck in half. Pull the top card. For example, I just pulled the Page of Swords here. And what you do is that card is kind of like the universe telling you what you need to focus on today. You take different meanings or situations that card could put you in, and you try to live it. For example, here I have so many things on my mind right now, I'm sorry. But for the Page of Swords, for example, and I pulled it right side up, so I'm going to read it as a non-reversed reading here. You need vigilance, caution, standing on guard for trouble and conflict, putting an end to petty conflicts with few well-chosen words, and dealing with an intense and intelligent young man. Well, talks about some things in my personal life pretty spot on. But yeah, a daily tarot card pull can really help you focus on what the universe thinks that you need to do to grow as a person, as a spirit, what would be best for you. Sorry about my phone going off. I don't know if you can hear it. I tried to put it on the lowest setting. But yeah, so basically those are some of the ways that you can use tarot in your life, some of the workings you can do with it, and then what I personally believe about tarot. Feel free to leave any comments or responses if you believe something different. Feel free to show me your deck. I always love looking at new decks. I'm always looking for new decks. I just don't buy them unless I really feel I need them. Otherwise, I always welcome other people to get them for me, or I buy something for others, because old tradition says that divination tools work best if bought and given to you rather than for yourself. So, thank you so much for watching. Sorry it's a little bit of a long video. I had a lot to say. But I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for all the people who have subscribed to me. And merry meet and blessed be. Bye.